So good morning again. I would like to welcome you to another weekly press conference by the People's National Congress Reform. With me today, we have Honorable Basil Williams, who serves as the Minister of Legal Affairs as well as the Attorney General under the government. So without further ado, I'll ask him to bring a few words and today's press statement for our press conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen of the media. Press statement of the People's National Congress Reform, captioned, "We are on the right path." The People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, celebrates its 62nd anniversary of its founding on 5th of October 1957. Our party, 7 years after its founding, entered government as part of a coalition administration on the 14th of December 1964. It immediately set about to transform colonial Guyana into a modern state. The PNC, 18 months later, led Ghana to independence on the 26th of May 1966, and 4 years later, to Republican status on 23rd of February 1970. Among its many achievements, the PNCR is proud of its accomplishment in education while in government. It expanded educational opportunities by constructing the University of Ghana and the Cyril Potter College of Education campuses, by building multilateral primary, secondary, and community high schools in rural and hinterland regions, by inaugurating a comprehensive program of scholarships, by increasing the number of school places, by producing and distributing textbooks, and by introducing free education from nursery to university. The PNCR today is conscious of the economic, social, and political challenges which still confront our nation. It therefore renews its commitment to continue to work towards improving access to education and towards ensuring equality of opportunity for all. The PNCR, on its 62nd anniversary, iterates its absolute commitment to ensuring equality of opportunity for all and to protecting citizens' fundamental rights. The party will continue to work towards improving its relations with trade unions and promoting inclusionary democracy in a partnership for national unity. The party, inspired by the correct policies of its founders, will continue their work to build a nation where everyone can enjoy a good life. The PNCR, as part of the APNU-AFC coalition, has much to be proud of. Under the guidance of President David Granger, the coalition has been creating jobs, building and maintaining record amounts of infrastructure, cracking down on crime, improving the standards in our schools and hospitals, and cleaning the streets of our capital towns, and most importantly, bringing people together in socially cohesive communities. The PNCR stands firmly with the APNU-AFC as we work to deliver high wages for our Guyanese. The Minister of Finance has already announced that all public servants can look forward to a salary increase this year, 2019. Our goal is to build a well-paid, well-trained public service that will support our projected economic growth and development. This will be matched with the construction of modern, efficient, and reliable infrastructure. Since entering office in 2015, we have invested over $43 billion on expanding roads and bridges, including our coastal highways along the east and west coast of Demerara, and maintained more than 350 kilometers or 270 miles of roads in the hinterland. Elsewhere, you go in Guyana, everywhere you go in Guyana, you can see signs of the progress that has been made in our country's infrastructure. The PNCR is proud of its record as part of the coalition APNU-AFC. We entered government with a clear mission to establish a state that would promote human development and protect the national interests. We promised all Guyanese that we would work towards a good life for all by working together as a multi-ethnic, multi-party coalition. We have started to put Guyana on the right path. During the 23 long years in government, the dishonest PPP and Orphan Alley were happy to let our infrastructure crumble. The only thing they improved was their own personal wealth and that of their friends and family. President Granger's APNU-AFC government knows that skilled, well-paid jobs, especially for our young people, will come from better infrastructure, and we will continue to deliver that. The PNCR is in full support of President Granger's proposed plan for the decade of development. Free education from nursery to university, a modern healthcare and delivery system, better paying jobs. Guyanese can look forward to a sustainable and robust transportation network. There will be a continued increase in the number of paved roads to cut down on time and improve road safety. The Linden to Lethem Highway will begin this year, 2019. This road will increase connectivity between the hinterland and the coast, as well as with South American neighbors. Construction of bridges across the Escriba River, building improved land transport links to Bartica, completion of the East Coast Demerara Highway Improvement Project, building a new rail network to help move passengers and cargo throughout the country, the expansion of aerodromes to help better connect our hinterland communities. As our party celebrates its 62nd anniversary, we remain committed to free education from nursery to university, affordable housing for all, and social protection, which provides coverage from the cradle to the grave through the National Insurance Scheme, the NIS, which our party, while in government, implemented. In just 4 short years, great progress has been made. We are on the right path. The PNCR urge all our people of whatever background to support David Granger and the APNU-AFC coalition. This will guarantee all Guyanese move forward together. This ends our statement.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And now the floor will be open for questions from the media. Who would like to go first?
Sir Azarine, Grand Standard. Asia, could you tell us what are some of the events planned for the 67th anniversary?
Well, of course, we're celebrating our anniversary on the 5th, on Saturday. Members of our party and well-wishers and friends will repair to the town of Linden, and where we will have, of course, the highlight of it will be the address by the leader of the People's National Congress, former President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. And they, obviously the Linden, our comrades in Linden who are hosting the event, they will be preparing other activities for participation. We are actually slated to leave Georgetown in a motorcade to arrive at Linden on Saturday.
And could you also give us an update on what is happening with the negotiations with the Communist Worker Party to the APNU and the AFC?
Well, that's in progress. It took an adjournment because I had to go out of the country, of course. And now that I'm back, we'll see.
So
Of course, you know, everyone is very busy.
So how soon are you hoping that you can
Well, the chairman of the PNC, Basil Lawrence, has custody of the matter on our side, so she will indicate.
Hello, Dr. ATC National News. Mr. Williams, can you confirm there are reports in fact?
What are you hiding from me?
You want to?
Yes.
There are reports that Minister of State, Mrs. Dawn Hastings,
has been tipped to be the prime ministerial candidate in the APNUFC coalition. Can you confirm or deny those allegations? Because I'm thinking of persons who might want to support the party. Can you bring some clarity to that for them? And secondly, can you say what went wrong in terms of free education, given it was the PNCR that started this, and now we're talking about doing it all over again? So where did the cart went off the rail?
Let's take the last question first. We had a very successful program when it was implemented under the PNC. I'm a product of free education as I sit here before you. So I don't know, nothing went wrong on our implementation. What happened in those 23 years is that the constitutional provision, it's in the Constitution by the way, it's an entitlement. The university tertiary aspect of it was, I would say, delinked. And so that was not implemented by the last administration. So we didn't have free university education, and you know the travails that entailed. So if anything went wrong with free education from nursery to university, it was during the last 23 years of opposition, misrule.
And the second person?
Well, so you say, you take me back to the Bible. When Pontius Pilate asked the question of the Christ and the allegations made against him, that was his response. And so I will say the same to you. So you say.
But I'm seeking clarity that this is what is out there and for others.
But I don't know, that's what I'm saying.
So that's the response?
Yes, I don't know. But I must say my colleague is quite competent in the issue. Good case.
But would you, as the Attorney General, would you support her being the Prime Ministerial candidate?
Well, I think he'll be projecting forward. I think that we'll really be undermining President Granger, who has a remit to make such appointments. And obviously, a person who has been, this is my third president I'm working with. When I started working with presidents at your age, I hope that you're under 25. And, you know,
32.
I won't preempt President Granger. It's like, to answer such a question, I would be preempting him.
So, in answering in a personal capacity, would that also summarize, would that be tantamount to preempting?
Yes.
Penny the Personal Staff News, good morning. If you could please give us a bit of an update as to your appeal of the your partial appeal of the ruling of the CJ.
Oh, yes.
I understand that an request for a stay. Could you tell us what happened with that?
But thank you for your question. As has been happening throughout, having appeal, we applied for a stay. The stay would normally go to a single judge in chambers, and if it's not successful, you could then go to the full bench for a review of the decision of the judge in chambers. But of course, you know, when that case started, the Court of Appeal had just gone into recess. And so nothing could have happened until the court is now back on course. We had also filed a motion for a speedy hearing, and the court has given us notice that it will hear that application on the 15th of this month, October.
Okay, so on 15th October, the hearing for speedy hearing, that's the motion that's going to be heard?
Yes, please.
And will they also be considering the request for a stay? Or
only the stay is in a summons in chambers. That's before a single judge. But this is a full bench that will be sitting.
And is there a date for the hearing for the stay?
No, not a judge. But what has happened in these cases, as you know, since the first instance approach in the no confidence motion, the courts haven't been granting any stays. Instead, what they do is try to hear the matter expeditiously.
So your expectation is that you won't get the stay, but the matter you will get a speedy hearing?
Which is what we would be very happy with.
Can you tell me what is government's intention going to Parliament on October 10? What is some of the items on the agenda? And secondly, I know you're not entertaining too much questions on the review of the comments for the court, But yesterday, President David Granger did not confirm whether or not the PM candidate would be coming from the AFC camp. And this is my question now. In the review, can you say whether or not that stipulation or whatever it is being considered or reviewed? Should the PM be drawn from the AFC camp?
Well, everything is being reviewed in the report. And I must confess, I haven't returned to the country. It's now I'm here. The suggestion put to me by the HBTV anchor. And as I said, these are matters we don't need to speculate with. If I make any utterances about the accord, it would also prejudice the negotiations.
So on the second question, the items on the agenda when you return to Parliament in October 10.
Well, I mean, the Chief Whip will know all. I would say that we have to go back to Parliament in compliance with Article 1067 of the Constitution. You would recall that it requires, in the case of a no confidence motion being successful, it had said that the government should hold elections in 3 months. Of course, I said from day one, it's ridiculous that the government, you ask the government to go to Kingston and ask the chairman and commissioners, including Commissioner Ben, to step out and take the lead. They could stay on the road. We are here to take over because 1067 we must hold elections. At least in the CCJ, they confirmed that it's GCOM that has to hold elections in 3 months and not the government. And the situation is that if you couldn't make the 3 months, the Article 1067 provided for a longer period. But it has to be obtained through a 2/3 majority of the Parliament. Since the 3 months would have been eclipsed, rights and matters were proceeding through the courts, that 3 months would have gone. So the recourse now is to have an extension for a longer period on the 1067. And of course, the leader of the opposition has been saying that he's not interested, etc. But of course, he's free to say whatever he likes in George Street or on the streets of Georgetown or on the streets of Guyana. So the test is when Parliament is resumed and the matter is called, he must go there and say he's not conforming with it, complying with the Constitution. Once he does that, obviously it would create a situation of, I would say, a crisis situation which would impel the doctrine of necessity. And of course, all these things were put before the CCJ. And it would be left to the President, who has a remit both to name a date by proclamation and to dissolve Parliament by proclamation. So it will therefore be resolved in that manner. The President has already named the date anyway. He has been saying that consistently, that he will name a date when advised by Jacob. Jacob haven't advised him, he named it. And so we have an election.
Just clarity sake, is there a sitting scheduled for October 10th, or if not, can you tell us when is the next sitting scheduled?
But you'll get that information shortly.
So there's not a sitting scheduled for October 10th?
Well, I'm not sure. That's a matter that we'll ask the whip will determine that at Cabinet.
Maybe to newsroom. The opposition leader also at his weekly press conference been saying that the government is using state funds for their campaign financing, and now you have your anniversary activities coming up. What do you say to his comments or accusations?
We reject his contention out of hand.
We would also like to take this time to encourage our citizens to use the claims and objections period to ensure that your names are on the list to vote on March 2nd. It's critical. If you need assistance, please feel free to call into Congress Place or come. There's always someone here who's willing to help, or visit any one of the ministries in the Minister's Secretariat. We're always willing to help and guide you along the way. Thanks again for coming, and see you again next week.